各位朋友，大家好啊！今集人氣馬場嘅嘉賓咧，細個已經騎馬㗎啦。16歲咧就師承莫亞嘅老豆啊，喺當地咧就學藝啦。18歲開始去中東騎馬，而且成績非常之好喎。之後更加成為呢個1級賽騎師啦。不過其實佢今年咧做咗一個重大決定，就係遠赴咧香港發展喎。唔知佢究竟點解係會嚟到香港呢？不如就問下佢啦。佢就係我哋今日人氣馬場嘉賓班德麗啦。
Hello Hong Kong fans, all hi Bandale.
So hello Harry, welcome to Hong Kong. Can you tell me what brings you here?
Thank you. It's going to be my first race meeting today. I've got 6 rides, which I'm really looking forward to, and it's something that's been bubbling away for a few weeks now. I've done my quarantine, and here I am.
So in the UK, every year there's a lot of new jockeys riding as well. So can I say they're too competitive? That's why you want to move to Hong Kong?
No, I mean, it's competitive, but it's not too competitive. I think at the end of the day, the cream will always rise to the top. I think that the good jockeys will always succeed. And yes, there are lots of new jockeys, but there's a lot of racing as well, and there's a lot of horses. So it's competitive, like anywhere in the world, but that's not a reason why I wanted to move to Hong Kong. I just fancied a challenge like this and some international challenge. I think it's very easy for people to stay in their comfort zone and just stay with what they know, whereas this is going to be totally different for me, taking me out my comfort zone into a different place with different rules and styles, and that can only make me grow.
And can you tell us how do you react when you receive the call from the Hong Kong Jockey Club saying that, hey Harry, you can come to Hong Kong to ride if you are interested?
That's right. Terry called me up just out of the blue. I certainly wasn't expecting it, and I had to, think about it for a couple of days. But it seemed like such a great opportunity, and it was something that I didn't want to turn down, and something that I wish I'd always have done. So Hong Kong's been somewhere I've watched racing here for a long time now, and I've always wanted to come. So now seemed the perfect time.
It seems you have a quite successful career in Qatar and also in the UK. So you won at least 50 races in the past 6 seasons in the UK. Also, you have been 6-time champion in Qatar. To move your base from UK or Qatar to Hong Kong should be a very tough decision. So any consideration before you're making this move?
Of course, you obviously have a lot to think about when a decision as big as this arises. It's not only the riding, but I'm also moving my life here. So it's obviously something that needs to be put into perspective. But career-wise, I think it seemed a good move. Obviously, the UK is great, and I've done very well there and had some good jobs in the UK, and Qatar was very fruitful for me. But Hong Kong will just take me to a different level. I think it will be very good for my riding and my career, and it just seemed the right thing to do.
So at a young age, you already became the stable jockey for Qatar Racing, and at that time it has been a quite important opportunity for yourself to build up your name and also to build up your confidence. So it seems that you always make brave decisions in your life.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity for me at the time, Qatar Racing. I think I was 19 years old, and I just finished I was coming to the end of my claim. I was still claiming £3, and it was a good opportunity to reach that next level as a rider and perhaps get on better horses.
Yep.
I was able to win some nice races for them along the way, and as you say, I am willing to take those risks, which some people aren't. But I do think high risk means high reward.
So do you think people will love to put comparison? So of course there are some European jockeys has been very successful here in Hong Kong, but some of them, even the top name or big Group 1 winning jockey, they fail to get a winners and have to pat their back and go home. Do you have a worry about it?
Of course, I mean, it's something that you need to respect and understand that this is an incredibly competitive jurisdiction. There's some very, very good jockeys, and naturally that makes it tough to get winners. So it's something I've thought about, but ultimately I want to take this challenge myself and meet those things head on. So I don't want to look too much at the past performances of other people, and I just hope I can fit in.
I think that since a young age, especially 16, when you decide to be a jockey, so you just you quit studying and just go for it. And then since when you're 18, a young age, then it seems you plan to be an international jockey. You just don't want to stay in a place or in a country. Am I correct?
I don't think, it's not that I don't want to stay, I'm just, I've just wanted to gain as much experience internationally as I can, and I'm 28 now, so I feel like even from my young age, I've got a lot of international experience in different places worldwide, which can only help me as a rider. And this is a new challenge, but it's not something I'm looking at short term. I'd love it to be a long-term association.
Are you coming from a racing background, and can you tell us what did you learn from Gary Moore at 16?
With my family, not really racing, but definitely horses. I always had horses in my family and in my life for as long as I can remember. So that's always helped, the fact that I've never really had to learn to ride, it was just a matter of doing it. And then Gary Moore, I served my apprenticeship with him, as you mentioned. It was a very good, productive start to my career. Had to work very hard, and I think that gave me a good start in my career.
And he also bring me the first winner because you're riding his trained horse, Prince Valentine's, to
That's
win
right.
at Kempton in 2010, 20th January.
Yeah, I remember it well. There's been a lot since then, but I remember my first winner very well, and it just got me started and got me to get the bug and want to do it more.
Yeah. So of course we always remember the first winner, but also we remember the first Group 1 winner on Limato, right?
That's right. Yeah, amazing day for me, and I think just took me to a different level. You know, as soon as you win a Group 1 in the UK, I think you just get a little bit more respect, perhaps. And it was, yeah, fantastic. A lot of jockeys can go all their career and not ride any Group 1 winners. So I was very fortunate to do that in 2016, and I then went and won another Group 1 of them in France that same year.
But there's a bittersweet situation that, of course, when you're riding and winning on Limato, then you're the rider for sure. It will happen in Hong Kong, for example, if you finish a horse as a long shot to a place, next start they just like take you off from other Joe or set person. How do you feel, how you cope with the situation when they take you off from Limato in the July Cup after that?
Well, this is just one of those things that happens in horse racing. There's not loads of loyalty at times, and they can be challenging to take, but you just have to accept these things and move on. You can easily get bogged down and let it affect your confidence, which is never good. So I understand here that can happen, and that's just one of the challenges you have to face, but I think I'm quite resilient like that, and I can accept those sort of things.
So before you come into Hong Kong, do you receive any advices or comments from your UK fellow, just like Ocean Murphy or Ryan Moore?
Yeah, I spoke to a few of the guys who have done very well here in the past, and Ryan was very helpful, just telling me the ins and outs of how the system works, which was very helpful, and the fact that the pace is very fast and you need to be near the front, and ideally. So all those tips are very, very helpful.
Yes, so far, can you tell me what's the most memorable victory?
I think the July Cup, riding Limato to win my first Group 1 would definitely be one of my my top moments in my career.
So any hobbies do you have other than racing?
I like to play a bit of squash. I'm not sure if there's anybody out here I can play with, but that would be good to have a go. I'm a very active person. I follow bits of sport, and yeah, just keep me active really.
So what would you like to achieve in Hong Kong?
To be quite honest, I don't want to set myself any numerical figures, but I just want, my main aim here is to come and make as good an impact as I possibly can. Hopefully make connections with trainers and owners, and to gain some success and some traction.
Yeah, so Hong Kong is very tough and not very easy to get a ride. So can you just like tell us your strength that can attract more owners to support you?
Yeah, well, as I said before, I think I'm a very adaptable rider. I think I can change my style to suit different places, and I think that will stand me in good stead here. I'm very good at relaxing horses and putting them in the right position. So yeah, I fully I have confidence in my own ability, and I hope that'll stand me in good stead.
Can you tell me, so far as a rider, what do you enjoy the most?
I think the thrill of winning, it has to be the most important thing and at the top of any jockey's list of things they enjoy. It's the thrill of passing the post in front and that rush you get.
Yes, I think you're a quite lovely, lovable and friendly person, especially when the news come out that you are coming to Hong Kong to ride. There's a lot of your fellow jockeys just like congratulate you on Twitter. I'm sure that in the jockeys room, you guys should be just like hanging around and playing together. So, any funny stories that you can share with us, with Oisin Murphy or other?
Yeah, well, Oisin's a funny character. The stories I probably can't tell, to be honest. No,
anything can tell.
There's not that I can think off the top of my head, but he, you know, the jockeys room in England, we're seeing same with the guys here. You're seeing each other every single day. You're riding with them day in, day out, and you end up knowing each other incredibly well when you see each other every day. You know them better than your family. So, yeah, there's some really good guys, and at the end of the day, we are competing against each other. When the stall's open, it's business, but once you're off the horses, it's pretty friendly.
Yeah, because as a sports person, then we always there's ups and downs in our career, and it's always good to have a friend who can support us when we are facing some difficult times.
That's right. It is a tough sport, like any sport. It's a competitive nature, and there'll be some days where it goes really well and you'll ride a couple of winners. There'll be other days when you lose on horses that you feel you should have won on. So it's ups and downs, but as long as you have somebody, I think, behind you, whether it be a family member or you know, a girlfriend, it definitely helps to have somebody to talk to at the end of the day.
So if you have a chance to invite 3 people for dinner, can you name them?
What, worldwide, or do they have to be in racing?
Anyone.
Oh my lord. That's a difficult one. Probably Tiger Woods, maybe an actor like...
Super Dan?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I don't know, you put me on the spot here, I can't think now. I have some sports people anyway, and maybe a comedian in there. Okay. Will Ferrell, we'll put him in there.
Do you have a girlfriend now?
Yeah, I do. She's currently back home in Ireland. She's actually from Ireland, so she's working away there. And obviously, if I am able to extend my stay here, then she'd come out with me.
Oh, I'm sure that there's a lot of female racing friends heartbroken now. No worries. So, last question? How do you see yourself in 3 years?
In 3 years, I'd love to still be here in Hong Kong, and I'd like to be doing very well in the jockeys table. That would be my absolute goal, and hopefully some nice winners as well.
Yeah, hopefully to win some good races and good one in Hong Kong.
That would be fantastic. Yeah, I'll be doing my best.
Thank you so much, thank you, Harry, for your time. Hopefully we can, just the racing fan can see your Prince Harry face very soon.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.